What the narcissist does when realizing they're not in control anymore. Narcissists think of themselves as God's greatest work. They're far ahead of everyone else in every manner imaginable. They're smarter, stronger, better off financially, more charismatic, and more successful. They do sometimes act the victim, though. Nothing more than a cheap trick to get attention. They crave attention and applause. They're trying to impress you with their humility so that you'll recognize their grandeur. You should always be concerned with the possibility of turning into fuel for them. They need to keep their minds occupied, so they don't give in to the pain, hopelessness, and sadness that is already present and knocking at their door. The narcissist's internal logic tells them they aren't who they say they are, and that they're actually just good at lying. If they hear something like that, they should stay well away from it. Okay, but what if it actually happens to be the case? Simply put, they refuse to listen to us. They go out there into the world to show themselves to you and to the world. So if they are unable to control you and your environment, what will happen then? Things are about to get very ugly. To kick things off, I'd appreciate it if you could share this video with your friends and family to increase the channel's exposure. In addition, please turn on the bell to subscribe to our channel and receive notifications whenever a new video is uploaded. Sure, let's keep going. 1. They are careless in the way they conduct themselves. They'll act dumbfounded at first, leading you to believe they're impossible to deceive. This person has no clue why they have earned your ire. If you question their sincerity or motivations, they will become defensive and unsure of themselves. Nobody understands the scope of the issue or the dire repercussions of their poor decisions and actions. The idea is that if they want to play the victim card, they will have to really do something. They act ridiculously to avoid confronting the real problem. 2. Accuse you of having offended or harmed them. When you refuse to let a narcissist control how you think about them and the world, they will feel offended. You can let them know they no longer have power over you by cutting off all forms of financial and emotional assistance. It doesn't matter how terrible their actions were, they'll always act as if they're innocent and misunderstood. Many times you'll hear them remark something like, "That's not what I said." One sure bet is an endless stream of "No, I didn't." Asking, "Why are you acting like way? And what have I done to make you so angry?" "You don't recognize me," was his reply. As the old adage goes, you're just too sensitive. So that you'll feel bad for them, they make up stories in which you play the villain. 3. Rally support for your opponents. Narcissists often try to mold others' perceptions of them when they are unsuccessful at changing those perceptions themselves. Narcissists are deceitful people who act in this way behind your back. Do not underestimate a narcissist's efforts to poison the feelings of those around them toward you. They will stop at nothing to achieve this goal. Irrefutably, they've been attempting to erode faith in the system for a while. You shouldn't be surprised if a youngster who was always nice to you starts treating you badly, or if a stranger starts staring at you strangely for no reason. They have likely heard several untruths about you from the narcissist. A big shock to their fragile ego could be caused by you exposing them for who and what they actually are. Therefore, they will spend years attempting to make it look like you are just like them. 4. Anger, resentment, and a focus on one's own needs and interests. When a narcissist realizes they no longer have power over you, they will resort to any means necessary to ruin your sense of self-worth and your opinion of them. They will do whatever it takes to cause trouble. So long as they are in control, causing as much harm as possible is their top priority. Narcissists aren't usually the ones who gracefully end a connection or relationship. Arguments and hostility are likely to arise. I can assure you that they are making every effort to blame you for this chaos and tragedy. An 11 on the scale of public shouting and criticism can be expected. To perceive the world the way you do, to reveal your true self, requires a lot of courage. A proper understanding of their motives is required. You're quite courageous to take this step. Is it not obvious that the narcissist thinks very highly of himself, and you have the audacity to impose sensible limits, guidelines, and rules? For what it's worth, I applaud your courage in escaping from that horrible place. You should give yourself a hand for that. Following that, narcissists will move on to your social media accounts. A lack of emotional maturity can be shown in the stubborn refusal of the immature person to do anything concrete, rational, loving, or kind to aid in the solution of the situation, regardless of how overt or covert their narcissistic tendencies may be. They won't sit down and brainstorm with you. Instead, they'll look through your friends and followers on social media to figure out what to do next. Always on the lookout for ways to turn your data against you. 5. They'd make up excuses that didn't make any sense. Narcissists lack the empathy required to put themselves in another person's position. They are completely devoid of morals and have no idea of right and wrong. They appear to approach every facet of life with an overblown feeling of entitlement. They think they can go about their regular lives without interference from anyone. This should act as a cautionary tale. Avoid being duped. It doesn't matter much to them that they hurt you. The way they acted, the decisions they made, and the way they feel about themselves are all things they deeply regret. Don't fall for someone else's insincere excuses. Over time, you won't notice the changes you're feeling any longer. They may revert to old habits once they have come to trust you again. You may put an end to the narcissist's falsehoods and manipulations by not giving in to them. A more easily manipulated source of narcissism is required. If you're the target, this is awful news, but if you're not, it's great. You shouldn't have any of those concerns, thankfully. Keep going. You won't get far if you stop trying. You know that the effort will be well worth it in the long run, but that doesn't mean it will be easy. I'll leave it at that for now, but do remember that there's a lot more to discuss. We've reached the end of the video for today. If you found this video to be informative, we'd appreciate it if you click the like button and share it with your friends. Please turn on the bell notification and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed this video and would want to see more like it. Always, I appreciate your attention and time.